All right, let's go into our what does STAAR assess? Do you know what STAAR assesses? Talk to the person in front of you. One word. What does STAAR assess? Ricardo's yelling out the answer. The state assesses your teeth. Okay? It assesses your teeth. No surprises. It says, this is what you're going to get assessed in. Okay? I gave you a sheet. It looks like this. It's from Lead Forward. And I call them the one-pagers. They have them on, for all the grades. And it has your teeth that are tested. And be careful with the 3rd, 4th, and 5th because you're only going to see the teaks that are tested. Okay? That doesn't mean you don't teach the ones that are not. You have to teach. By law, you have to teach all of them. But it has the teaks that are tested for the lower grades. For K through 3rd, it has all your teaks. They call them snapshots. And it'll have a star next to the ones that build on for 3rd, for 4th, the ones that are going to be tested. Okay? But I love these. These are one-pagers. Okay? And this is the very first one that you have is the math one for 5th grade. You're going to have 2 columns. You're going to have your readiness standards and your supporting standards. Your teaks are broken up into 2 areas, readiness and supporting. Readiness teaks, the state says, those are critical for that year. It's the foundation for that year and for other years. Multiplication is going to be on this side. It's critical for this year and you need it forever and ever. Okay? These are your readiness standards. Your supporting standards are a little bit more detailed. So multiplication was your readiness. Your supporting, multiplication, 2 digits times 3 digits, multiplying word problems, multiplying using for perimeter and area. Does that make sense? Much more detailed, okay? All right, so the state says, this is my math blueprint. These are from TA. If you Google on the web, you will find them on that. We used to call them objectives. Now we call them categories. Okay? Any subject, if that's tested, any subject, your teaks are broken up into categories. Okay? So you have reporting category 1, numbers, operations, and quantitative reasoning. And the state is telling you how many of your standards are going to be tested. Okay? And on that yellow sheet, on the very first blue column, okay, the state is telling you, this is how many times we're going to assess from this area. We're not going to tell you which ones because they're all up for grabs. They're all up for grabs. Okay? The state is telling you, this right here, this is the number that can be tested on STAAR. So from that first category, how many times can it be tested? How many times can it be tested? 18. You're going to have 18 questions from there. Okay? Category 2. How many questions? But look at all those teaks. Look at all those teaks. Second category. How many times can you get tested? 6. Geometry. How many times? 7. Measurement. How many? 8. And then category 5. How many? 11. And then I want you to circle. Put a big old circle on your process skills. Your process skills are going, these are the ones at the bottom. These are going to be tested. We call them double coded. They're going to be tested in any of those teaks. 75% of all my questions will be a double code. Meaning, they're going to have a teak from here. And we're going to add some critical thinking to that teak. What? When a question is just coded with one teak, level 1, when you bring in the process standard, that's already higher order thinking. Look at your process standards. What kinds of tasks are the students expected to do on the process standards? Go. Taking you 1 minute, look at it, and then talk to your group. What kinds of things do students have to do with process standards?
What is dual coded?
Dual coded is a question that is going to have a teak 5.2a, and right next to it, it's gonna have a tick that says 514b. So I'm gonna have a question that's gonna address the skill, but I'm also going to 5b is the problem solving plan. It's gonna be a word problem. It's gonna be multi-step, 2 or 3 steps, or 4 steps. Does that make sense? It's just not basic skill. I could have a multiplication problem, for example, and I will ask the kids to multiply in a word problem form where they're going to have to multiply multiple things. They will have to read, dissect information, and then be able to apply the skill. It has more
questions is that it can contain a lot of different items.
A double-coded question will have the same tick. Kids are asking to do 2 or 3 steps, and I'll show you an example of one in just a little bit. Okay? Okay, what did you notice about the process standards? What are the kids asked to do? Critical thinking. Critical thinking. The state just told us, guess what? 75% of the test is going to be double-coded. Uh-oh. That just raised your level from a level 1, basic skills, to a level 3 and 4. Meaning that we're going to ask the kids to multiply, but we're going to ask them to do 2, 3, 4-step process. Oh my gosh! Woo! Okay? All right. And then look at who has more weight. My basic skills. Did you notice that? Those are my teeth. They're getting tested 18 times. It doesn't mean, oh my gosh, this is all I'm going to test. But it means that in instruction, you have to be bringing it back every day. Your basic skills, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, they're all in category 1. Okay? They're all in category 1. Do you have any questions for those? So this is a breakdown. You have readiness and supporting standards. Remember what the state says. You have these 2 categories. You have all these teaks, and they're all for grammar. We don't know what's going to be tested. So guess what do we teach? What do we teach? All of it. It's all important. As teachers, I don't have a lot of value. Is it readiness? Is it support? I teach all of it, and I teach all of it well. Okay, that's my job. That's my job. Okay, so look, 65% of my questions are going to be supporting, and then my readiness, 35%. Go to the next one. How many questions is that? Does that break down to? Okay, so 30 to 33 questions are going to be readiness for my test. My tests are about 50 questions, and then 70 to 20 questions are going to be supporting. What does that mean?